Hello, 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 and welcome back to an edition of That Green Vegans podcast. I'm Kelly. So in today's episode, I really want to talk about the sickos. I don't know what I'm gonna name this title, but I really want to talk about it because people call me and I get inspiration by just being in certain situations or, people send me stuff and I'm like, oh, that's like a good topic kind of thing, such and such. So, but like sometimes I like to go on, and I talked about this before, how I like to go on lives and, cause you in there real time, whatever. But now, I don't say nothing because I'm realizing like they're sick and they're possessive. Ooh, maybe I should do something about that. But they possess and people think they own you and people don't own you, and it's like there was, I'm gonna say this. So I was on somebody's live and I should have learned. I should have learned because I like engagement. So I'm a content creator, so I know about engagement and you want people to engage, but now I'm kind of low key seeing why certain people don't engage because there's a lot of crazy, sick, possessive people out there that will come for you and will attack you. And you know, I'm the kind of like I'm what do you call it? I'm better. I'm better. So, I don't even give any kind of attention to that, to crazy people because I shouldn't say crazy, but they're low key crazy because it is what it is and they're not going to change. And if it's not me, then who? Right? So it don't matter. So I was on this particular person's live, got to circle back. And I just said like, hey, to the person and hey to the chat. If they listen to this, they're going to know who I'm talking about. So I'm not going to, expose anybody. And the person was like, the host, whatever, was like, and they said something to me. I didn't catch it because a lot of times I'm doing stuff like I'm cooking and my time is, let me tell you something about my time. I am a multitasker. I remember I said I was what do you call it? A micromanager. I remember saying that one time. I'm not a micromanager. I'm a multitasker. So I might be listening to something and at the same time I'm chopping up carrots or I am, using the food processor to like make something, whatever. But it's just like my time is just so limited, I feel like, because like I go to work and I think it's because of the time difference because it's I'm a person of the light, right? So once it start getting dark, I want to go to bed. I'm horrible. So when I come home, I really try to just come home, do everything I need to do so then I can just relax for the rest of the night kind of thing, right? I digress. But anyway, so I don't get to see a lot. Sometimes I don't really be looking at the live unless someone says my name or, I just every so often I, will glance because, I'm in certain communities and we know each other. So, I might say something and someone's like, hey, da da da, or maybe I didn't see them. Anyway, this particular live, this woman, she started coming for me, right? She's like rolling her eyes. She started like saying like blah blah blah, and then she said something about my name, but I didn't even read it, so I don't even know what she really said. Like, but she actually, put her little sausage fingers to put my name out there. And so then the host was like, that's not nice. She didn't do nothing to you. She's nice. Why are you messing with her? Pause. That it doesn't bother me. I guess the thing about it, I'll give you a couple of them. But if I continue to have people like come for me, I'm ghost. I'm gone and I'm not coming back because my peace is just so amazing. And it's the same thing in like my chat, right? And I gotta knock on wood. When I go live, and I'm new to this, but I'm not gonna allow people to disrespect to disrespect. It's just I'm not because for a time I was in someone's life and I was constantly being attacked, constantly being disrespected, low blows. And I was like, this is toxic. And I just can't. I can't be around low vibrational people. I can't be around toxic people. Now, at the same time, like, I don't know, maybe I'm naive, like I want people to grow, whatever, but I'm not kissing nobody, but I'm not. Sorry, and then I was told by someone who has a platform that, these people don't like you. Okay, say less. They don't like me. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to be around people who don't like me. Because guess what? I've said this before. This was like, oh my God. I would say like 5 or 6 years ago, I did a post. I have to look for it. But in the post, I said that I was referencing. I went to, like I said, I was really, really new. I was starting off on YouTube, and I went to it was like a pet store, like Petco or PetSmart. And so I had my little camera and I was walking my little dog. Rest in peace, fat mama. And this guy was like, he said, what are you doing? He said, I think he said, are you a podcaster or something, whatever. And I said, yeah, like I have a channel. I said, do you want to be on it? He said, no. And I said, why you don't want to be on it? He said, because I don't want people to know that I work here. And then I said, what? I said, why would you care? Kind of thing. And I remember going out to the car and I made a post about it, right? And I said, and I was going in and just talking about how there was like, 7 billion people in the world. And why did you care? If someone's going to judge you for, you got a job, you get a check. Like, how you going to hate on somebody working legitimate? You're not breaking into their house. You're not busting out their car window. You have a job. You know what I'm saying? You have to respect that. I respect people who, do it and grind, and you can grind anywhere. But he felt a certain kind of way, like he was ashamed of what he do. You should never be ashamed of what you do. 1, 2, and you have to be careful of the people who you're around. So if this young gentleman is around people who judge him because he works there, that's not your tribe, sir. That's, yeah. So anyway, circle back to the people, to the person who was just kind of like being like rude and negative. But the thing about it, and I don't know if the host really imagined it, they feed off that, right? They are energy vampires. And these people, oh, that's what I'll call it, energy vampires. That's a good title. Energy vampires. These are people who look suck for you, right? So then, she's like talking to people in the chat. So every time she talked to someone in the chat, then they make a comment, like a negative comment, and then the host would respond to that comment, comment to her. That's not nice. Don't say that, because this person is a really nice person. And I feel like I can really resonate, because I still am that person inside. I want people to, feel welcome, feel loved. But this is like, if you toxic, if you just nasty, I'm sorry, you can't be in my circle. You cannot partake in my kingdom. This is my kingdom. It's a privilege to be in my kingdom. People thrive in my kingdom. And if you're not thriving, if you're not trying to be a better person, bye. Go somewhere else. There's 8 billion people in the world. Go be with the top. You know what? But the thing about it is, no, misery loves company. They don't want to go into a toxic chat. They don't want to go and follow people who tell them the truth. They don't, because they can't, they don't want to hear the truth, kind of thing, right? They don't. They rather go and harass good people. They want to suck the life. They want to be seen. And I told this to a friend of mine. I said, there's people that all they care about are themselves. So it's like, look at me, me, no, me, I'm with me, give me attention. And they will say and do whatever it needs to be done to get that, You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, like, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, it's like you want people to be thriving. You want people to be happy and you want people to be whole, right? That's the end goal. So, like, I understand everybody's on a different journey. I was on a different journey, coming up last couple of years, I remember just being broken down, like kind of broken down, whatever. And I was really sad and I was kind of like low key spiraling out of control, whatever. And then I connected with someone, right? And I just listened. And that person poured so much into me, right? And then I was just like, wow, but I didn't take it for granted. I never take anything for granted, and I've shared this before, how I've had, a lot of loss in my life, right? So I'm very, very appreciative. But even though I'm going to talk about life, like life is just not upwards spiraling kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it just doesn't prepare up and just keep going up. No. It's like a roller coaster. Life is really like a roller coaster, right? You're going up, you're going down, you're going sideways, So just know that. And it's okay. It's okay to be sad. It's okay sometimes to be depressed, whatever. But then that's when you have to fill your cup kind of thing. And you have to do it internally. It was so funny. I was listening to this broadcast, right? Because I myself, I love podcasts. I love just listening, right? And then, because I don't even want to miss nothing. But anyway, I was listening to this podcast and it was talking about your kingdom. And when I talk about your kingdom, in a person's kingdom, you have to realize it's about you. You're your kingdom, right? So you have all these different players. You have a king, you have a queen, you have a jester, you have maids and guards and like all kind of stuff, right? But it's all within you. It's all within yourself. And so depending on who you're dealing with is who you have to bring out, right? So I always say, I'm made of 100%, right? But 95 is just, sweet, caring, love kind of thing. And then that's the 5%. So the majority of the time I really bring out 95% Kelly because look, I am who I am because people believed in me. And if I believe in you, that says a lot because I don't just do it willy-nilly. Now, when it comes to these like wrench things, oh my goodness, that's a whole podcast within itself. And I've seen multiple people who I really like and respect have no wrenches. They just take away all the wrenches, right? They might give it to one person if that. But it's like I get it now. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'm the kind of person, hey, I don't have a problem blocking. I'll block your ass. And once you blocked, you blocked. So then if you try to come back at somebody else, I'm gonna show you. But the thing about it to me is like I don't even look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember it was somebody who, like a YouTube friend of mine, and they came to my chat and I gave them a wrench and they was like, oh, I don't know how to use it. I don't know what to do with it. And it's just like, no, I said, it's just like a gift. Like if you come to my house and I gave you, some, cause this is the thing. Oh my God, therapy, shopping therapy was my thing. So I would buy a heck of random stuff. And then I'm like, well, I'm gonna do all this random stuff. And I was like, I'm just giving to people. So like you come to my house and I'll give you like a set of glasses or maybe like some bamboo stirs or something that I found, right? So it's kind of like the same thing. You come into my home, you're respectful, like I give you a little gift. So come into my home and be respectful and have a vibe, whatever, I give you a wrench. It's just like, to me, everybody looks at it differently, and it is what it is. Like I said, a really dear friend of mine, that when you go to his platform, all you see is blue. All you see is blue. And the thing about it is, I don't know, but YouTube, they changed it. So it went from having a wrench to a shield, right? And so, which is kind of weird, but it is what it is. YouTube be crazy sometimes. I don't understand it, but I guess they're trying to keep it new, whatever. But anyway, because I thought, I mean, for me, I don't know, but it's crazy. Some people take their job seriously, right? And they be in it. They be posting like share and subscribe, and they say really cool things, and they do all this kind of stuff. And it's like, wow, like that's cool. And this one particular platform, like I really, because I'm a what do you call it? I hold a wrench or a shield on this one particular person's platform. And so at the time it would just be me and her and this other woman. And, I learned from her how to be a good like moderator, right? It's like, oh, you pull stuff, and I kind of look at it as being like a host, right? So like, oh, what's the name of that song of that person, like that, like, oh, it's da da da, they'll go look for it, oh, that's da da da. But I understand people be on their phones and stuff like that. I be on my phones. I'm just rambling right now, but my point is, do you be you. If you don't want people with wrenches, don't give them the wrenches or the shields, like, whatever. Don't make moderate. Let me say make moderate. Don't feel pressure to have a moderator, and don't feel pressure to entertain these energy vampires. If somebody is constantly pulling into you, like for me, I love interacting, and I feel like when you're on a live, it's a great way to interact, especially if you're on a great positive platform, right? And everybody's like talking to each other, and you're like learning stuff, and you're listening, kind of thing. It's a vibe. It really is. But when you got people that are toxic and draining and attacking you, it's just like, no, I'm good. Like, what did someone say? I love it when people say, you have so many choices, but you chose to be here. And I appreciate that. And that's facts. Like, there is so many people. There is so much out there. But the thing about it is, my like a lot of my people, or majority, not one majority of people, because I have over 1,000 people. Not 1,000 people are content creators, but a lot of my I do have a lot of people who subscribe to my channel that are content creators, right? And so I understand, you a content creator, go be a content creator. Look, I was taught this a long time ago, but you should produce more than you partake. No, that's not the way that science go. You should you should create more than you consume. Ooh, that's a bar. That's a bar. And it's true. You should be, and don't feel guilty. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you something. I want this one particular person's platform, right? Because I don't know, like people be asking me like, what you doing? And I'd be like, working. I be working, but I be listening, you know what I'm saying? And in the background, whatever. Because it's like I said, I know about like watch hours. I know about engagement. I know about clicks. I know about views. And the more I know, it's like, okay, people that I support, like I'll come over and I'll just be like, okay, and I can't be everywhere. It's like currently right now I have 1,000 or 1,100 subscribers, right? I can't watch 1,100 platforms. I can't. It's just, I can't. Right. So, what I'm trying to do is like, I do really do my best. If like when I'm working, like I always have like background music and stuff. Right. But sometimes it's like, oh, let's see what's going on. And then I'll just, look at my lives or go to my feed, and somebody will pop up and it's like, oh, okay, hey, hi. Just be like, hi, not like, look at me, give me attention. No. I would just be like, hey, I'm here, I'm supporting, and I'll be in the bushes, or I just be in the clouds, whatever. And that's fine. Like, I feel like everybody should I mean, but then sometimes I'm bored. I'm at my break. It's like I can go ahead and engage, and it is what it is. But what I'm saying is, damn, what am I saying? You know me, I just be on the ramp. Okay, I think I was talking about I think I was talking about the energy vampires, whatever. Yeah, but yeah, don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty that you have to acknowledge everybody. Don't feel guilty that you make people feel a certain way. How do they make you feel? Look at that. Look at the person in the mirror. What kind of person are you, and what kind of people you want to attract, And let me tell you something, it's not you. I remember so many times people say, "Oh, you are what you attract." That's cap. That's cap. You're the light, right? And people in the dark is attracted to the light. It is what it is. It's going to happen sometimes. So just realize that, and just know that, you're on the right track. And if I come over and say hello, it's because I believe in you. Okay? All right. So wrapping this up, I just want to end it with saying that if no one's told you today that they love you, that I love you. Mwah! Now go out there and be great. Bye.